Hi everyone, welcome back to SNHU Esports. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm going to be your caster, Banjo or Kaylee, and today I'm going to be joined by Madav.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Madav. what we playing today?
Monday's Valorant Day here at SNHU, so today we are going to be seeing our Valorant game, SNHU Blue versus Harrisburg. And, as you know, obviously I wasn't here with you for the last two games, so what have I missed out on? How has it been going?
It's been good. It's going pretty good. A lot of other teams, they're getting like a lot more like competitive. We're seeing the levels kind of even out, and both teams, a lot have gone to like decider maps. And speaking of maps, I don't know, or sorry, the map overview is ready. I'm sorry. We're gonna see to our maps right now.
Yeah, let's flash over to our maps. It looks like we've got some pretty basic picks this time, but always super excited to see. Looks like SNHU has started to pick with Lotus, so I'm very excited for this Lotus pick. I personally love Lotus. I think it's a map that has so much versatility, but obviously, I feel like we're gonna see the basics. We're gonna see a Killjoy on there. Sometimes we see a Chamber.
Chamber? Yeah, when have you seen the Chamber?
I've seen Chamber on Lotus.
What?
Yep.
I've not seen Chamber.
I love when I see a Gecko on Lotus.
A Gecko?
Gecko
Dude,
on Lotus.
Gecko.
If anyone's listening to me right now, please play Gecko. That would make my night.
Gecko? Unloaded when in high elo. Gecko?
Okay, look, I'm not saying high elo. I'm saying my elo.
I thought you were saying you casted a game that they had Gecko.
No, I'm saying we should have a game with Gecko.
Okay, yeah, no, Gecko's a really fun agent.
That's what I'm saying.
The only issue is that his blind is like a one tap with any gun. So
yeah, then the thing is that you can collect Dizzy again. So Dizzy is really good for multiple uses, and I feel like the mosh pit's a great way for you to contain space. But next up, we do have Haven as well. What are your kind of feelings on Haven?
I mean, Haven's, it's your standard like 3-site map. It's similar to Lotus in the fact that it's big. You have a lot of options on where you want to go. We have seen SNHU play Lotus and Haven a bunch, so this is going to be a pretty strong map, I want to say, it's going to be a pretty strong game towards SNHU here. But the decider on Bind is really what I'm excited for, because Bind, it's like we haven't seen it in a long time. You have your splits, and it's just like if you're committing to a site, you got to do a full rotate. It's more. I feel like it's more entertaining, in my opinion, to watch and cast.
Well, I still am a huge stay away from Bind person.
What?
So, obviously we have those map changes, so I'm sure it'll be really an exciting match to watch. And, SNHU Blue versus Harrisburg, I think this is a game that's going to be for the books. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing match tonight. I'm super excited to watch it, and I hope you are too.
I am excited. I'm pumped. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I wanted to get into this as fast as we can.
Well, while we're waiting for them to pick their agents, what do you think we're going to see? Obviously, I spitballed the whole Gecko idea. I would love to see a Gecko. It looks like we've gone straight into character select. SNHU coming in super fast with 5 blocks. We've got Tyzera on the Killjoy, Hilton on the Sky, Frank on the Astra, Agron is going to be on the Viper, and we've got Nami on the Raze. So I would say those are pretty basic picks, things that I've expected to see, especially with that Killjoy in, with that Sky in.
I mean, yeah, you can take a lot of space with these characters. With Raze, you have the paint shells, you throw them, and then they just, the enemies have to avoid them. Otherwise, you do die here. But it looks like from the other team, we actually are going to be seeing a mirror matchup coming out from both teams here. So obviously, you have your standard Killjoy, which is normally seen on C, similar to Ascent on B. You kind of have that little hallway that most people walk to, and then you have the option of going somewhere else. But when you kind of go on the other way, you're more vulnerable to other attacks and stuff. So Killjoy is going to be pretty set on C, and then obviously you have that double smokers there because Viper's so good, but you can't pick up her stuff, so it's not worth it in the long run. So having Astra there as well and being able to use all of her different abilities can be super beneficial on this map as well.
Yeah, with Harrisburg starting on attack side, I'm very excited to see this. I've become very acclimated to SNHU's attack and their aggressiveness, so seeing them play on defense is also very interesting. Obviously, with this being an SNHU pick, I'm assuming that they're very confident in what they're going to do. They know how they're going to play this out, so I think this is going to be a very interesting first map to kind of go into, and I feel like this first map can really set the pace for the rest of the games that we're going to see tonight. And it looks like we're starting off with a bit more of a split on Harrisburg's side. We're going to have 3 pushing C, and Viper just kind of walking towards A with the Killjoy still staying with their setup. And, you know, it just looks a little bit less aggressive as of right now. They're definitely taking their time. We've got that Nebula coming out of Frank as well to give his team a little bit more space to play around with around C Mound.
Yeah, now that they're kind of cuddled up around here, it looks like they're really just taking their time here. As they start to kind of make their way onto C, they're not doing a full commit just yet. We are going to see that smoke come up, and that's just going to block any entry into the site or without visibility. And they're again just really not going too aggressive here. Already on a pistol round. Normally pistol rounds is when you're going to be the most aggressive because it's like, you know, you got to be at least kind of short distance. But you know, they're really taking their time there. You know, Harrison is just kind of, they're waiting for SNHU to push up and maybe they can get a free pick. But SNHU is not really moving from their spots at all.
Yeah, I completely agree. And looking at this, it looks like Harrisburg is having a little bit of like difficulty just deciding which side to go into, but it does look like they've committed towards that C push. We see Hyjin really leading that charge, and you know, gonna get spotted by the race card, able to find Elk is actually gonna find that first pick onto Frank. He's gonna bring that really intense battle there. He's gonna get Jeff down. He might be able to get a second, but no, Rano with that right click gonna take him out to bring that back down to a 4v3. And SNHU now they're gonna have to play post plant, and you know, with Harrisburg kind of playing a little bit more for long, it's going to be a bit easier for them to stay away from SNHU, but Nami picking up an incredible shot onto Hyjin. That's going to slow their push down a little bit as Nami gets even more contact with Rano and Elk. We're actually going to again pick one up onto Agra and Rano right here to get that trade onto Nami as well. It's going to be down to a 1v3. It's all up to Hilton. Hilton unfortunately taken out by Elk, and we see that first round head over to Harrisburg.
Yeah, Shen getting that flank there was really big because Agron was holding on to that spike for a little bit, didn't really get half, but then as he was able to tap it, he kind of came around the back and was just able to just kill, I believe, 2 defenders of SNHU. So that just left it to one person there. But now Harrison is gonna have the advantage. We're all gonna see Shen with a Vandal out and a Bulldog with a light buy. I mean, those are already super strong weapons here, and SNHU is not gonna force up and try to contest that at all. They're gonna take their time and make sure they have their economy.
That's a major buy coming out of Shen. You know, with such a heavy investment, you're definitely gonna want to capitalize on it. So, hoping he's able to get a lot of heavy hits with it. It looks like Hyjin's gonna kind of go for that same strategy as they had last round. He's kind of leading the charge, getting everyone into A this time, however. And SNHU is still playing a little bit slowly. Hyjin's holding this really dangerous corner right now, but Agron's just gonna step away from it. It's almost like he could sense the danger right there.
Yeah, he's not gonna go into that anytime soon here. But there will be some danger pretty soon here. Hilton is gonna be on the defending side here, as again Harrison's really just taking their time. They're using their abilities and they're just waiting for SNHU to kind of make a move here. Like I said before, they don't want. I feel like they're just not wanting to commit for any specific site. They're trying to get a feel on where SNHU is really trying to play, and with that information, they'll be able to make more deciding facts. More deciding plays when it gets to the later rounds here. So I feel like this is kind of like their fuel round on where SNHU is really trying to do, but it looks like they may get the read on the rotation here because everybody is going to be on team.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left on the clock, you really want to start getting in. We see that Trailblazer, that's going to make first contact with SNHU. Hyjin's actually going to get that first kill on the front, pulling up the second onto Tyzera, and third onto Nami as Agron's able to find off the snake bite. Hilton finding one more on Jeffy as well, but the damage has been done. It's down to a 3v2.
Player standing.
Very good for them. Hilton's going to find one onto Hilton, and Hyjin's with its fourth onto Agron is going to close that round out beautifully for Harrisburg University.
Yeah, Harrisburg really getting these rounds there. I mean, it's only been the first 2. You know, they're favored to win the second round there, but SNHU being able to get 2 picks there did kind of ruin their economy there. We always see 2 players they're not buying up to the full, but then again, it is their bonus round, so they don't really do regardless here. However, from SNHU, we're gonna see Agron with an Odin. And I don't think we've seen Odins on this map very often.
Not yet.
I know we've seen them on Ascent, or we did last time, because that map is literally made out of paper. But on Lotus, we have not seen. So
really fast coming out of Hyjin. He's gonna get that first pick onto Frank, and Hyjin has been on it, beating last round, fighting 4, and now opening the round up with the first kill, he's definitely looking for more. Since that each shell's out, trying to find another, and he might be catching Kaizera in a very tricky situation here. They're going to take contact. Kaizera's going to get away barely. Oh, but Shen's right there to get that kill on Kaizera. One with that Odin. Shen, however, getting a second, taking Aggro now to bring that down to a 4v2.
Yeah, now it's all just left to Nami and this guy here, just trying to make a retake. Hilton is going to have a flash of available, but that is the only utility they really have to work with here. And their raise too is going so far for this flank, but I'm not sure if they really notice it because the swarm grenades as well is just going to stall the time here. Getting extremely close to Hilton, and Nami is able to get that pick on him, but they still have 3 more defenders to work with.
Yeah, and we see that alarm box coming out of the possible worst moment as well for SNHU, as Rano is able to pick up 2 very easy kills and guarantee that 3rd bonus round over to Harrisburg University. But as with SNHU, you know, I'm honestly not too worried as of right now. I've known them to lose pistol rounds and just completely turn the game over 13-3 in their favor, so I'm sure that they're just building their momentum up. And, you know, coming out with Sheriffs, I think we're going to be seeing their first full buy come out next round. You know, we've got that Marshall on Kaizera as well. So I think SNHU is just gearing up after these 3 round losses, and I think that it's just definitely something we can't discount as a
Yeah, I mean, you know, they did lose their buy round, so they are forced to save up here. But the Sheriffs are a super strong weapon when used correctly, and SNHU is actually going to be pushing up way more than they normally would here, because I mean, they probably, if anything, they'd want to get a couple picks and then maybe rotate off of that. You know, they don't want to do much. It's going to be the first to fall.
Elk with that post, really out here to take names. And, you know, like you were talking about that Sheriff, obviously to the close contact gun, SNHU is going to want to get as in your space as possible, but definitely having Ty out that early in the game is not going to try to. But we've got Seekers coming out as well. That's going to get a lot of valuable information out of SNHU if the Seekers are able to find their mark. Shen going to get that spike down already, and now it's all up to play retake. Seekers find them, and it gives them a little bit of information, but they're still playing quite well. Jeffy's going to get first contact with Hilton and the rest of his squad as they're trying to push back into sight.
They got a retake contact, so Hilton is going to fall to Shen, so Nami is going to get his back, but Rano is going to get aggro around the back here, making it a 5v4.
Last player standing.
Frank, being extremely weak, is going to fall right over, all down to Nami. There's too many players around him. They're all just circling in on him, and Harrison is gonna take this win again.
Yeah, Hijinks following that up with that 2K. You know, Hijinks definitely been cleaning it up. Hijinks has been guaranteeing a lot of ground for Harrisburg as of yet. So I'm just waiting for SNHU to kind of build their momentum back up and really get back into the game. Like I said, Harrisburg, as strong as they are, I'm still not discounting SNHU.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Harrisburg has been putting on an incredibly strong show. Just looking at the leaderboard right now, Hijinks with a strong 7 kills and only 2 deaths. And Rano, he hasn't even died yet.
Yeah, Harrisburg is doing extremely well within this first half here, and then Hijinks is doing great. The duelist as well, entering in, moving super fast, and that showstopper as well. It's just, there's a trade from both. There is able to get one as one starts to come out. Yeah, he's gonna get the pick on one, and Nami is gonna get it back there, making it a 3v3.
Really nice picks coming out of SNHU. The complication between Agron and the showstopper was really, really funny, but he was able to get
Spike
down
down,
by Rano, however, before he's able to get third. And Nami with a showstopper gonna find Rano for that last kill. And we see that first round, very well-deserved round heading over to SNHU.
Yeah, I mean, they already had a 4-win streak here, and in terms of Kami, they're doing pretty well. But, you know, SNHU, they need to get that win there. They need to get their side of the scoreboard going. And, you know, as we can see already, you know, they don't have enough money for a full heavy shield. You know, it's gonna be light shields here, while Harrisburg is gonna be rocking with full shields. And even if they lose this round, they're gonna be set for the next round as well. So if they're able to win these next couple of rounds, things are gonna start to even out a little bit more in terms of SNHU's favor. But the only thing that Harrisburg has right now is that wall as well, which is gonna be huge for trying to retake or take side by splitting off a bunch of that map.
Does look like Harrisburg is once again leaning towards that AC push. Hijinks up really close to the side. Get that first front. Unfortunately falls to Hijinks as well, who gets his second of the round. And now that they've gone on to site, yep, we are going to see Shen get a really, really quick plant down on the side. well as
planted.
SNHU. Oh, gonna find that pick onto Hilton as well. Bring that down to a 2v5. It's up to Agron and Nami, who are still rotating slowly onto C site. And, you know, against 5 full HP members from Harrisburg, they're definitely gonna have to play it very slowly, very carefully.
Yeah, I mean, Harrisburg has been playing super sneaky throughout these whole entire maps here, but it looks like right now they're all going to be crowded up around each other. We are going to get some flankers coming out from B, and we're going to see them maybe have an interaction with Nami right now. Heidi's getting super close, but the headshot was given to him.
Last player standing.
Shen, though, is on the high ground and just able to get him in that blind spot, but SNHU is going to probably, I mean, I would assume, save for this round here, and you know, it's not worth to really contest it, especially at 1v4. It's so much.
Yeah, you definitely want to save your gun at this point. Unfortunately, Akron looks away at the last possible moment, and he did not walk out of that alive. And you know, yeah, I'm really glad to see this timeout actually come out from Hilton, because obviously the momentum has started to get built up for Harrisburg, and when you're in SNHU right now, if you're playing in SNHU, you're not going to want to continue to let them have that momentum. So even if it's just a quick 1 minute break to just, you know, regather your thoughts, just kind of recalibrate, understand why you're going wrong, or even just to give yourself a little bit of a break and not let them kind of go all the way back in, I think that this timeout is going to be extremely pivotal.
Yeah, I mean, it's things, like you said, things have been going towards Harrisburg's side. We are seeing a lot of momentum being built up. So they're gonna probably, I mean, whatever they're doing is right. You know, they're splitting up and going into different spots. You know, they're distracting SNHU a little bit. But then when they finally plant, you know, SNHU is wondering like, oh, where did the rest of everybody go? Because you have flankers coming out at the last minute, but when they go to plant, they're all together. So it's a lot of movement coming out from Harrisburg, and they're able to execute it perfectly because they're able to sneak literally right through SNHU's defense and just get the plant almost every single round.
I'm expecting, you know, I always love it when we see timeouts come on in games. I feel like we don't see enough timeouts when I feel like we should be seeing more. So seeing such an early timeout, I think is going to be really, really good for SNHU. At a 5-1 half, you know, it's only a 4-round discrepancy. You can definitely still catch up. So I'm expecting to see a big change coming out of SNHU. We're going to see more of them stacking over towards A, but it might be an unfortunate call, as it looks like 4 from Harrisburg are stacked towards C. They've left poor Tyzera on site by himself, but it does look like they're not pushing it as quickly, so Tyzera might be able to live as we see that boombot come out for that first piece of information. We've also got Trailblazer coming out from his team more information. Jeff's going to find that first pick onto Hilton to really open that round up.
Yeah, and now once they got that call that most of SNHU is going to be rotating here, Ty's going to back up, and Harrisburg is just going to take that side, get plant down. And now SNHU is mostly on the flank here. However, Ty is going to be closer to B, which can be great for a little bit more of attacking this side. We are going to see Jeffy super low on HP as well, but on an eco round here, they got to stick together and work with what they got.
Yeah, Jeffy just come out of that trade unarmed. Tyzera gonna find his first onto hijinks. Shen right there to get that trade back onto last
player
Shen gonna get a
standing.
second, third, and Jeffy right there to get that last pick onto Nami to close out that 6th round and bring it home to Harrisburg. Jeffy getting away with 5 HP. That is really, really good trade to come out from the first half of the game.
Yeah, Jeffy just barely living there. Being able to just come out alive is just so good. And I always talk about their economy because they're literally about to be maxed out next round. Whether if they win or even if they lose, they're super close to it. And SNHU, they're in scrambles right now. You know what I mean? Like they gotta get the money that they have because we're seeing Odins out and everything, and Odins are so expensive. So if they lose this round here, it's gonna set them back so far. But hopefully the Odin is just a strong enough LNG to be able to get a couple picks here. It's gonna start off with 1 pick on hijinks.
Yeah, you know, when that Seeking Light, then that Guiding Light came out, I was really scared that Nami would get blindsided, but we saw that Expert kind of peek away from the flash and picking up that first frag for his team. Definitely going to open a lot of things up for SNHU as we see a super quick rotate get facilitated by Harrisburg. Now they're all the way over A. We also see that Cosmic Divide come out. And with that lockdown as well from Rano, we can definitely tell that Harrisburg is looking to get A site down.
Yeah, that lockdown is just going to shut off any defenders of SNHU, so they're going to have this free site here as they start to plan, and SNHU needs to start hitting pretty soon here. Just waiting for that one to come down, but then Tyzera is going to put his own lockdown down, and he's going to be able to put everybody off away from A there and able to get sight.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget to mention Seeker come out earlier on in the round. El's going to get a pick onto Nami. We're also going to see a second Cosmic Divide of the round come out. We've got a lot of utility still down at the spike. You know, we've got the Gravity Wells coming out as well as all the Minus ones. Jeffy going to get a second onto Active. To get that trade onto Jeffy. Round of fighting 2. It's a massacre on the site, but it's done. And that 7th round heads over to Harrisburg.
Yeah, I mean, Elf were really using their abilities super well there. He was just able to concuss them and then grab them. You leave them. I don't know if he used. Actually, I don't know his grab there, but the concuss there was able to get a couple free picks from SNHU. And again, the fact that they're so bunched up just throws them off because you're so used to defenders being like everywhere. Or sorry, attackers. You're so used to attackers being everywhere, attacking you from different angles, getting those cross shootings. But they're all together, and I'm assuming they just ping somewhere and they all just end up spraying or walking towards that area.
Really fast fight coming out. Hijack's gonna get that first pick onto Nami, who unfortunately with the Sheriff was unable to find it before he picked it up. And now that it's down to a 4v5, we can see Hilton Ernie falling back just slightly, still trying to stay in the game.
Yeah, again, after that first kind of fight there, they take it so slow. They get so aggressive, but then they just stop it all of a sudden, and it's so confusing on what their plan is going to be because they did a full attack onto A, but now they're slowly and very quietly making their way over to C, which I don't understand why they could do that, but then they could also just fake it at the same time. So I wonder if they're just trying to also make up this pattern, or maybe I'm just thinking about it too deep, but that's also an option they could do here, and they're just gonna get into it.
Body slowly coming out with both teams hiding to get straight onto his side. Taking that first contact, not quite finding anyone else to get front. However, gonna open that round up, getting a beautiful pick onto Rano. We also see that Viper is still very, very low. So still a very fair fight between both teams. As we see Agrin on the tail of 30 seconds left. Able to find him right here. We got a really nice pick onto Hydix. You see that go down to a 3v4.
Oh.
Harrisburg run all the way over to A site.
They didn't even plant the bomb. You know, I was so distracted by all the fights that are happening. They didn't even plant the bomb. The amount of time that they have plenty of time to get that down, as well as this Viper's pit. That's just gonna make things 10 times more harder for SNHU, because not only is your health ticking, you have no idea where the players are inside that pit there, and they need to attack.
Last player standing.
Gonna get the double headshot there, and Elk is gonna help him out. That is a triple kill coming out from Harrisburg in the blind, and Jeffy just finishes that off right there. This is the 8th win, the 8th round. Oh, is it? No, it's 9 rounds. Sorry.
The 9th round. The 8th round going over to Harrisburg, but the 9th round in total. And yeah, you know, with that Viper's pit coming out at the end, you pretty much said all that needed to be said. It was just very unfortunate circumstances, unfortunately. I said unfortunately twice, so you could just tell the disparity that I'm going through right now.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not that bad though, because SNHU does have their own Viper Soul Swing, which can be used to lock down a site. But however, Agrin has been on B a bunch, but Harrisburg has not really been pushing it too much. If they have, they've been doing it a little bit, but then going back out. But I could be wrong here. I think starts to make his way over, but
Jeffy actually going to find that first pick onto Nami, opening that round up really nice and really leaving A-side kind of unprotected. Agrin, however, going to find that pick onto Rano. That's going to mix things up a little bit. We also see that right there to get that trade off Hydra to Chet right behind him, taking Frank out before he can do any more damage. It's down to a 2v3, and with such quick back-to-back trades, both teams are still definitely in the running, and Shen going to get that plant down onto
Spike planted.
Yeah, I mean, after you get that pit down and then, you know, the comms are out where the defenders are, they're just gonna make their way over onto C there, because that's just the most safest option that they have. And Agrin, he's such in a sticky situation because you want to enter through that door, but there's just three of them just looking right at you. However, Hilton is gonna be in a very good spot in terms of position.
There isn't too much SNHU can do here. They have to play it so carefully. Like, the amount of times that they've won
enemy remaining.
It's just SNHU SNHU knows how to play this by now, and Shen gonna find that pick onto Hilton. Agron stuck in a super tricky situation, gonna get taken out by Jeffy before he can do too much more.
Yeah, Harrisburg really just getting a huge momentum on this. We're already seeing that they're max creds and everything, you know. They're just taking their time. I feel like that's just like the #1 thing that they're doing right here. They're pushing in fast and slow, but they know the good medium in it. You know, you can only lean so far. But however, they are able to get again that good medium, and they're able to play it beautifully there as they're constantly winning rounds, and they only need 3 more to win here. And in terms of ultimates, no one really has any right now. But SNHU is going to be on this eco, and they need to stop Harrisburg from switching into their sites.
Does look like with most of SNHU stacking on A, however, Harrisburg comes have a very free C side. Once again, they've left Tizera onto oh, this is that Trailblazer coming out. It's going to stun Jesse, and he's not going to do too much against it right now. You know, just having that snake bite, it really pushes. But SNHU is still playing it very, very slowly.
Yeah, SNHU not being anywhere to or they were super close to spawn there, but they did eventually back off as they did show a big presence on A that can only lead to Harrisburg kind of making their way over onto C side there, and I think they have the read on that as well because most of SNHU is going to be towards that side. They are able to spot that alarm bot, so they gotta when they're gonna attack, they have to make the right time to do it because right now they're really just running down this clock. You know, they're not trying to waste abilities. They're not showing any presence. They're just leaving the sites open to mysteriousness, and Shen maybe trying to make the first move right here so the defenders move over, or he just could be lurking.
Yeah, they've got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
So Harrisburg definitely gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit. That's what I think his last hacks getting onto C site in the Panic Swarms. Pick on Tizera, Frank right there to get a trade onto El Grano, and Shen each gonna find
player standing.
Back to second, and Nami
10 seconds left.
Kill with the fight too. It's all up to Nami in this 1v2 situation. They've got 5 seconds left.
One enemy
And
remaining.
he does for his 3rd kill. He's gonna be able to kill fourth over here. He does! Beautiful clutch coming out of Nami, being able to delay the clock enough so that they're unable to plant, and then
Last
picking
round
up 4
before the
kills is
switch.
exactly what SNHU needed.
Yeah, I mean that was a good round, and they needed that for SNHU there because not only does that put a stop to their momentum that they have, but they're gonna be rolling pretty well here for SNHU because now they're gonna be able to have these guns for back win bonus, and they have pretty good guns. I mean, they have the best gun in the game, the Bulldog, and they're gonna use that. I mean, hopefully they use that effectively, and they're gonna be able to get a lot of picks from this. But not to mention that Astral Divide and the sneakers from both teams is going to be a little bit scary there, especially for the attackers. I mean, then you just know instantly where all your defenders are, but it looks like they're not going to make any changes in their attack from last round. You know, they start to make their way onto C pretty soon.
A lot of utility coming out of Harrisburg with that Trailblazer as well as the Boombot, trying to get a bit more information into where SNHU is hiding. And yep, as we heard, the secret coming out almost immediately. Come into the corner, really try to fish out.
Spike planted.
Off and find 2 onto Elk and Jeffy. Gonna get that revitalized down as well. At 61 HP, you know, he's gonna have to play it really, really carefully to try and find the other 3. But at a 3v3 situation, both teams are definitely still in the running.
Yeah, they go kind of quick. And they get 1, get 2. Unfortunately, it's all down to Frank right now. He is able to get one enemy. Unfortunately, Brano is going to put a stop to that, and that is going to be their 10th round, being the last round as well. I mean, it's not that's not really where you want to be for SNHU. You want to get at least 3-9, but 2-10 is super hard because this round right here is I want to say the deciding round because you know when you win on the pistol, you get not only do you get like the kill bonus, but you also get the round bonus, the win as well. So the buys and the plants, whatever you get, is just all that money is super valuable here for this one round.
So winning pistol round will obviously give you the 2nd round where you're gonna get a lot more of an advantage with the heavier buy. So SNHU definitely, they do want to try to break their pistol curse, really pick up this round over here, because we can see it go very quickly from a 10-2 to a 12-2 situation. And it looks like we're seeing the same Good come out of SNHU with 3 heading towards C, kind of 2 being left on A, but now rotating slowly over to their team. They're going super quickly as well. Jeffy looking towards a lineup actually, and I'm very excited to see SNHU now that they're on the attacking side really redeem themselves, especially after those last 2 rounds that we saw in the last half.
Yeah, putting their presence on C there and then making their full rotation over to B. All 5 members of SNHU are going to be able to securely get this bomb.
Spike
2
planted.
members of Harrisburg are going to be able to rotate around a little bit, but that turret that Tizera has is going to be able to watch that flank as well. But the clock is ticking, and Harrisburg needs to make a move somewhat soon here as they start to push out.
We've got a lot of utility coming out from that side. He's going to get first contact, but Tizera Tizera gonna find a combined total of 4 before Frank's gonna take Jeffy out for that last kill, and we see that first pistol round head over to SNHU, and that was definitely a round they needed to pick up.
Oh, 100%. I mean, now they're gonna be able to buy super heavy here. We're seeing right now on the screen, on the scoreboard, we're already seeing, Nami has that Phantom out. We're gonna see the best guns of the game, the Bulldogs out as well. You already know that they're gonna be buying really well here, and now, they have Harrisburg has to save here, but I did want to mention that grab that Frank have there was a great play because that just left them in all in one spot, and not to mention the vulnerability you get from that ability as well. So now that they're going to be in a little bit better hands here, they can start to head into site more confidently, but you also don't want to do that as well because we have seen before in previous matches where eco rounds, even just sheriffs can also have the winning decider.
Oh, Agron's gonna get 2 really quick picks onto Hydrix and Zen. Absolutely decimate them. Unfortunately, looks straight into Jeffy's sheriff and gets taken out, but he's done the damage. He's brought it all the way down to 4v3.
The shorty coming out. I thought we were gonna see a pick coming out there from Rano, but Nami is gonna scare him off there as most of SNHU tries to make their way towards over onto site, and Ty is gonna get alert, gonna get 1 and possibly another, but it's just safer to make his way over to site, over to C and play with his team.
Yeah, it looks like Elk and Jeffy, the only 2 players left on their team, are going to have to play it super close and play together because they definitely don't want to be isolated and carry these out in a 1v4 fight. They'd much rather have the 2v4, but Elk is down super low at 13 HP. He's definitely going to have to play very severely.
They have to take their time here. The bomb is already planted, so Harrisburg kind of has to make a move relatively soon here. But with all of SNHU kind of just showing their dominance onto C, it's really hard to push in. And it looks like they maybe just be trying to hold exits. Jeffy, yeah, really just trying to hold exits here. Hilton's gonna get that pick on him, but then Elk is just gonna try and save his ghost. Because I mean, or sorry, not save. Because I forgot on the second round you always want to die because you get more creds out of it.
Yep, exactly. So I'm not too surprised that he chose to die to the spike over there, and just a very nice run coming out of SNHU. They've definitely found their momentum. They're building it back up, and it's putting them in a much better spot than they were 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, I mean, now they're going to be able to, again, to have these better guns here. That was technically their buy, but I believe a couple of members didn't fully buy all the way. So, it's not an eco round, but I mean, I guess it technically still counts as a bonus. But Harrisburg, if they lose this round, it's going to be huge onto them. But Nami is going to start things off by just swinging, or sorry, blast. He's gonna fly over, fly over near A there.
Oh, we've got the Boombot coming out of Nami as well, trying to get a lot of information for his team. And SNHU definitely looks like they're playing it just a little bit slower than they did last round, just waiting for 1 point of contact to really go all in.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit more of a faster approach from SNHU, but after that first type of fight that they kind of had, the little bit of shootings, I mean, it was just it was just slower. They haven't been going as aggressive into this round, but Harrisburg is getting aggressive defensively here. Hijinks is gonna get that kill onto Nami as SNHU starts to rotate around, but their Killjoy is in a super sneaky spot here and could get some picks.
That Trailblazer coming out really. Oh, Rana, what a beautiful position. Gonna find Hilton. Tizera right there to get that trade onto Rana before he does any more damage to his team. And it's down to a 4v3. SNHU definitely want to try to get onto his side as soon as possible with 30 seconds left on the clock. Elf might be able to find one, but Frank is right there to take him out. Shen, however, gonna find Agron, finding Tizera as well, and it's all up to Frank in this 1v3 situation.
Oh, unfortunate timing coming out for Franck there. Shen is going to get that 3-piece headshot, I want to mention. And some crisp headshots coming out from Shen. I mean, look at it, dude. He's 18 and 7 right now. He's doing pretty well for Harrisburg there. And again, you know, it's 1 round away from match point here. You know, SNHU has to try and really make the best out of this round and the next rounds that come up even, because I mean they are right now better in terms of guns, but it's so close to the match point where you can start to get cold feet or a little bit nervous, you know, so they kind of have to keep their mental up and get the right motivation to be able to finish out this game strong.
Yeah, every round that they win brings them 1 round closer to match point, and it's definitely not a situation where SNHU wants to be caught in, so I definitely expect to be playing a lot more aggressively, as we are seeing right now. Nami sending a blast spike out to try and distract them, but Hyjin's actually going to pick that first kill up on Agron. That's going to open up the round really nicely for Harrisburg, as we see the Seekers come on. Tizera going to find Jeffy, but Hyjin's is right there to get that trade onto Tizera, and it's going to bring that back down to a 4v3, as we have the Seekers go out from the team to try and get a little bit of information. Hilton is also going to pick up Rano to bring that down to a 3v3.
Yeah, defenders of on A there from Harrisburg was kind of able to just make their way all the way around and get a pick and go back onto B again. They're sticking super close to each other. Is going to get a pick onto Nami here, and Hijinks is going to fall right away to Franck.
That was a really clean pick from Franck, and definitely what SNHU needed. He might look straight into Hilt and Shen, and he's going to pick Shen up in this 1v1 situation. He definitely wants to be the last one standing, and it's already been planted for him, so definitely it should be a lot easier. And they know that he's off the bomb, but they also know that he could have popped it, so he's running out of time. He definitely has to get it down. And unfortunately, Franck was just not quick enough. He was able to finish that off with a beautiful 3K, but Shen was able to get that defuse on. Sorry, not Shen. Hijinks. No, wait, Elk. I'm just staying on random routes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah, that half there was a really good mechanical move played by Elk there.
Yeah.
But you know, normally when you tap the bomb, you expect the defenders to get off of it immediately, try to get that pick, but Elk getting half of it there is just going to put him on the upper hand, because now you think, oh, he's going to get half when you don't think he has it, and all of a sudden, the bomb's defused. So this last round here is going to mean a lot, and Rano is already getting on the aggressive. He's going to retreat right back, though, because SNHU, they want to win this round. Is the game, this is the last round. I cannot talk. I cannot speak today at all.
No, nor can I. So you and I, we are in the same boat, but that's okay, because we're not here to see us speaking. We are here to see these 2 incredible games go head to head. And this 4-4 situation, 1 more round until the match, we're definitely seeing a lot more of a slower approach come out of SNHU. Nami and Shen might actually have a very serious altercation soon if he steps out of the nebula, but instead, SNHU chooses to just retreat through the door, then maybe even look towards C. We've got that lockdown coming from Tizera as well to really push Rano off of the C site, so it does look like SNHU has decided on the site that they're just trying to get on right now.
Yeah, since they're able to get on there, get on here, they're gonna be able to get this bomb down, and now Harrisburg has to attack through the smoke that they already have down. Rano is gonna come out with a bulldog right away. Nami's gonna get him pick Tizera as well, getting 2, and Hilton also being able to have his back there, and Agron's gonna finish the round off with a kill onto Jeffy there. That is gonna be their 5th round, or their 5th win here, and it's still it's so scary.
Yeah.
Just like knowing that, one wrong move or one wrong play can go straight to Harrisburg there. But this round, I'd be genuinely surprised if Harrisburg won this round, because they have nothing.
Yeah.
they don't have anything for
SNHU just pushed them right into a corner, and it is exactly where SNHU wants to keep them. I'm very apprehensive, honestly, for both teams, just because you can never tell. It's always the flip of a coin, and it's just never guaranteed. So I'm on the edge of my seat, truly. And we look towards a little bit more of a split from SNHU. It doesn't really look like they have decided on anything as of yet. And I think that they're just playing it a lot slower to let Harrisburg push into them before making any serious moves. As we see that Trailblazer come out of Hilton to try and get a little bit more information for the team. Nami actually gonna find that first pick onto Shen. Kaiju's gonna take out his showstopper, but it's unsuccessful in finding anyone. Oh, he might be able to catch Tizera, but Tizera is too quick for him, able to get that pick onto him to bring that down to a 5v3. Tizera can make contact with another remember it's from Harrisburg, but it's going to drop back. Just play it safe, play it with his team, and as we have Spike down already onto A side, SNHU is looking to be in a very favorable position.
Yeah, I mean, they got full control of this side of the map. Even not even sight. Tyzer is just holding the spot with Hilton here, and we're already seeing 2 defenders come out. I mean, they have ghosts. They're gonna play a little bit different. Milo is gonna get held right off the bat, and Jeffy is just gonna walk into the bullets that Hilton is putting out, and it's all down to Rano here. But he only has a classic, so looks like he may be trying to play exits. Agron could get super close to it, but maybe not. It's so scary seeing what's gonna happen, but. It looks like they're gonna exit out the way that they're gonna exit away from Rano. They do not want to be near him, and they do not want to get to.
No, they don't want to give any guns towards Rano. Frank, unfortunately, dying to this spike as well. And in this 6-12 situation, as a 6-round disparity, SNHU is definitely in a better space than they were 2 rounds ago, but still not in a very favorable position. They definitely don't want it to be this close to match for Harrisburg University. So they're definitely going to want to keep their win streak up. And it doesn't look to be too tricky for them as of right now. They've built up a pretty solid economy. They're definitely looking pretty good right now in terms of their guns. So they're just going to want to keep everything that they have while taking away and denying Harrisburg everything to really guarantee more rounds.
Yeah, that scoreboard's gonna get closer and closer as the round goes on here. I mean, they're not as far as they were, like you said. Having 6 points away instead of the 10 or 8 is gonna be great here. But that cosmic divide, Rano is gonna get a pick, and Nami is just stuck in a little corner here. That snake bite and vulnerability, it sucks because the astral divide also muffles sound, so it's so hard to figure out where everybody is.
Yep. And, unfortunately, that showstopper was unable to go anywhere, as Hijinks was also able to pick Agron up. Rano going to be right there to get Nami for a 3rd pick. Oh, but Frank going to blast Shen. Unfortunate for Shen. Definitely don't want to be
player standing.
Tyzer gonna find 2 before getting taken out by Elk, and Hijinks right there to get that pick onto Frank. It's going to guarantee that 13th round over to Harrisburg University and the first map for Harrisburg.
Yeah, that round there, unfortunately for SNHU, the cosmic divide that they put out just left out a little bit of a gap, so they're kind of just stuck in a little bit of a corner, and then they couldn't really move until they heard the bomb tap.
Yeah.
And like Harrisburg, they've just been sticking the defuse every time, so they had to make a move, and it just didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate circumstance, but both teams put up an absolutely incredible play. And from what I know, we have Haven next, and this is going to be a Harrisburg pick as compared to the Lotus pick, which was actually from SNHU. So I'm very excited to see if Harrisburg is able to continue on with their win streak, or if we're going to see that second map head to SNHU and then go on to the final decider, which will be Bind.
Stay tuned. we'll be back. We'll be back
for
shortly.
the second map. We're so excited to have you guys back, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Hopefully. Soon.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope you were all able to, get a quick little bathroom break in, get some water, because I know this game is going to be absolutely intense. For those of you that are just joining us now, welcome to the SNHU Esports Valorant stream. Today, we are watching SNHU Blue versus Harrisburg University, and we had an absolutely nail-bitingly close game of, what was it, 13-6 at the final?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep, and SNHU really started making a comeback during those last few rounds, but unfortunately were unable to get into the groove of it, and Harrisburg did take that first map, which was Lotus, home. And we are going to be heading right into the second map, which is going to be Haven. Madhav, how are you feeling for the second map?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like I mentioned before in the beginning of the stream, it's another 3-point map. So I mean, it's always gonna be the same length. Not same length. Sorry, the same it's a 3-side map. It's gonna be big. There's a lot of different areas to go in. Haven we have seen before on stream here with SNHU. So I mean, it's not like they're unfamiliar with it. Like on Friday, we saw Sunset. We're not used to Sunset there. Let's just switch to the map overview.
Yeah, let's go and see what maps we have today. So obviously we did have our first map of Lotus. We will be heading into Bind, which is a Harrisburg pick, which I think is very interesting as Harrisburg was able to pick
Haven.
up. Sorry. What did I call it?
You said Bind.
Oh, I'm
Bind's
so
the
sorry.
decider.
Yeah, Bind is the decider. No, I meant Haven, which is a Harrisburg pick, which is very interesting as Harrisburg was able to pick up the SNHU pick, which was Lotus. So I'm wondering if SNHU is going to be able to turn this around and bring us into the decider, which will be Bind.
Yeah, I mean, if SNHU was just able to win on their pick and then how they won on SNHU's pick, it'd be a little bit of a swip swap there. But I'm hoping for Bind. Not saying I'm favorable for either team, but Bind. I mean, it's Bind's good. I know you don't like Bind, but
I'm not the biggest fan of Bind, especially in my elo. I try to stay very far away from Bind. I'm a Haven enjoyer, an Ascent enjoyer.
What about Breeze?
No.
Ooh,
see, I like the
Breeze.
maps that Sova or Fade do well in, because those are the only two characters that I know how to play.
I don't know if you should be saying that.
Okay, well, know how to play well. I feel like I should put the disclaimer, know how to play well.
There you go. That's what you said.
Ascent always going to be an OG in my heart. It's the giraffe map. How can you not like it? It's got things like gelato and wine.
No, I mean, yeah, Ascent's been good since the start. I feel like it's only made out of paper though. That's like the only issue.
See, that's what makes it even better, because now you can wall bang it with Odin's
and make it better.
Exactly.
No.
You're feeling a little bit bored. Run it down all the way. Just have an Odin and just call it a day. Wrap it all up. But Haven is another really big favorite of mine. I absolutely adore Haven, and I know I've said it before. I said it for the Lotus map, but please, I would love to see a Gecko come out on Haven.
I don't think we're gonna see a Gecko.
I know we probably would, because I think we're gonna be seeing a Killjoy instead. And Killjoy, their lockdown does almost the same as Gecko's Thrasher does. You're able to detain.
Yeah, to like one person though.
Yeah,
it's
I get it,
different.
But Thrasher's so cute. It's a little fish that
what's your favorite Gecko ability? I like Dizzy.
You like Dizzy?
Yeah, everybody says Wingman. Wingman.
No,
he's cute enough.
Thrasher.
But like Dizzy, like he's he's my boy. He's just chilling in your hand. He's just like pew. And then he just he's in the air. He's chill.
But no, I absolutely adore Thrasher. I think he is such a cute little fish. But we can sit here and talk about agents all day, or we can go and see what the actual agent select is. So I'm very excited to kind of go into that and see what the lineup's kind of looking like. But Madhav, in your professional opinion, what do you think we're going to be seeing? Like, what kind of agents are you expecting to come out of this Haven map?
I mean, like we've seen on other maps, we have seen Fade on this map. We have seen, Killjoy is for sure. It's any Sentinel that can get information. So, Cypher, or I think Killjoy are their only Sentinels that I know of. I think that's it, right? I guess Deadlock technically, but we haven't seen Deadlock ever. We haven't seen it on stream at all. So we're definitely gonna be seeing at least.
I have seen a few Deadlocks.
Oh.
In the WooMass series, Deadlock was pretty. I wouldn't say popular, but definitely did appear once or twice.
Oh, okay.
So I would not rule out Deadlock as of yet.
Okay.
But definitely, Deadlock is a very unconventional choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not used to comps playing with Deadlock at all. But you're gonna normally see your Cypher, your Killjoy. Your double, I want to say double initiator, and then a smoke and a duelist. So.
Well, I'm excited to head right into the game. So why don't we throw it straight in and see what we have lined up in store for us.
Hopefully it's gonna be something really good here as we start to head in. We can, yes.
We've
the
got
best,
a Harbor
the best
coming
agent.
out.
Yeah, we got. I did not. Okay, Harbor. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you don't expect to. You don't expect to see Harbor on like on Haven, but like on on Pearl you see it, but like he's on Haven and he's here, and it's just it's gonna be I'm so excited. Both two Harbors. We have two Harbors.
So, why don't I take
I'm
us through
freaking
the
out.
SNHU lineup, and you can help us out with the Harrisburg. So for SNHU, it looks like we have Agron on Viper, Hilton once again returning to that Sky. Nami looks like he's being really comfortable with Duelist tonight. It's gonna swap from that Raze all the way to Jet. We've got Tyzera once again on his Killjoy, and Frank gonna close it up with Harbor. What do we have in Harrisburg?
Dude, this is a mirror pick here. This is the exact same comp, not the exact same, but the exact same thing that we saw on Lotus. So I mean, this mirror pick and Harbor. I mean, okay, I may not be up with the meta, but like I don't know if you know, but like why is Harbor suddenly so like good on Haven? I haven't seen him play on Haven. I've seen him on like bigger maps again, such as like Pearl and occasionally like Lotus, but like on Haven, like I feel like it's almost never I never really see Harbor on there. Viper, yeah, but like I'm always expecting like an Astra on there.
So I will say I haven't seen too much of Harbor within my ELO gameplay, but his utility is very, very useful, especially with his Reckoning coming out. You know, it's very, very good for site control, and is definitely something that can turn the tides. Or,
Yeah.
you know, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, most of it, I mean, all of his utility is temporary, so he's a little bit harder to play in that way here. But starting things off, Hijinks on the Jet is going to start to get a little bit more aggressive here. And we're already seeing walls come up from both players here, and they're just going to start to push up right through it.
Yeah, we're already seeing that cascade come right out into play, and with SNHU starting attack, I'm expecting him to start a walk back to the basket. Oh, Nami gonna get shot really, really low. All the way down to 15 HP. And he's gonna have to play one forward now. Shen actually gonna open that round up, finding Agron as his first pick. And Tyzera gonna take Shen out before Rana does get that pick on Tyzera. Hijinks gonna ball that up with Frank. Nami right there to get that trade on Hijinks, and Elf, unfortunately, is going to finally find Nami and Jeffy right there to finish Hilton off for a team ace for that first pistol round in this new map, heading over to Harrisburg University.
Yeah, we saw that Harbor wall come out. I mean, it was a good play. They were able to kind of sit back by boxes, blind when they saw the alarm bot, and then just destroy everybody that was pushing up towards that area. So Harrisburg was able to get that efficiently here. And in terms of their split right now, we are seeing more people kind of headed towards A, which is normally what you really see. I know for SNHU that they have one C1 garage, no one on B, and then two C1 garage, no one on B, and then 2 on A. So this play is a little bit different than what SNHU is used to. We are going to see Shen use that dog there, get a lot of information, at least on one person on where they are. Tyzera is going to be all the way on C, making some noise, and he doesn't have to do any more than what he just did. He saw the 2 defenders, and he's just going to leave that area here, and Nami going to pop his dash out and get onto site pretty fast here.
Oh, gonna get first Rano get a beautiful pick onto Rano as well, and really open that round up for his team. He's already brought it down to a 4v5, and this is keeping SNHU in a very favorable position if they choose to continue pushing. But you know, with everyone from Harrisburg now stacking onto A, B and C are very, very open for the taking.
Yeah, SNHU, I think they tried to do a fake rotate, but then they just ended up going onto C here. Taker's really fast here. Jeffy's gonna get 2 picks right away, and then gonna push into it with the vulnerability costing his life. And now Jeffy has to run away, left on 9 HP.
Getting that 3 kills. Oh, that round. He finds a 4th onto Frank and just cleans that round up for his team.
You know what they used? They used the Bulldog. They absolutely. We're seeing a Harbor come out and the Bulldog. I mean, what? How can it get better than this? Yeah, you know.
See, it would get better if I were to see a Fade and a Gecko.
I don't.
You know, like, to all of those Valorant gods out there listening to me, please, I just need to see one Thrasher. Just one.
Just one. Hopefully is able to detain someone. But going into this round, SNHU is going to be able to buy up here, get their guns, and get their strength that they had come back for this round. We are going to see walls pass each other, going to block off B and window, leaving grass completely open, and only really have to worry about garage there. But sorry.
Oh, Agron gonna find that first pick onto Hijack. Really nice pick coming out of Agron. And Nami unfortunately it's Jeffy and Elton find one E. Nami right there to get that trade off. And Elton, Tyzera, and Jeffy duke it out in a 1v1. Peeking down here, Tyzera is gonna have to look really carefully, but Nami's right there to get his back just in case anything goes wrong. And in this 3v3 situation, with one member from each team at dangerously low health, you know, both teams are still in the running.
Yeah, now that they're coming here towards this area, Shen is going to get a pick up wrong, and Tyzera is going to have his back and trade him out here as he starts to enter in. It's a 2v2. Mono is going to get a headshot there, and now he has to worry about that. He gets the headshot. It's a 1v1.
Oh, Jeffy, and Jeffy's able to take that out, take Tyzera out before he's able to guarantee that third round for his team. And I don't want to say we're seeing a bit of a trend, but we are definitely seeing a little bit of what happened last game. So SNHU definitely...
Yeah, they needed that round.
Yeah.
To really progress forward there. I mean, that was their bye round, and that was, I believe, Harrisburg's bonus. So they're going to be really good right now for rounds and keeping this ball that they got moving here. But SNHU is going to fight back just a little bit with some light buy weapons here. Looks like mostly sheriffs. And if they're able to get a couple picks, knock them off their economy a little bit, that's going to do super well for them. But Jeffy's just going to spray and hijinks as well. They're pushing up so far. And they're just going to get 2 picks right off the bat.
That is going to be absolutely detrimental to SNHU's attack, as now, you know, down 2 members against 5 whole members from Harrisburg. They're definitely going to have to reevaluate their strategy. And Agron, Tyzera, as well as Frank, they're definitely going to have to play together as a bit more of a team. And we're just seeing, you know, the high tide and the cascades roll out from the harbor constantly, just trying to delay the pushes and give a little bit of information towards each team so we can see how the harbor play coming out on Haven is really, really beneficial towards both teams.
Yeah, that wall just stays up for so long here. Ron should be able to get that high wall up, and Agron's going to get a pick before that happens. But Rano is going to get so close, but the trades happen, and it's a 2v3 with SNHU being able to get the bomb onto C. That
gonna get that spike down too, as well as the Cove just protecting them slightly while they make sure to get it down. It's all up to Harrisburg University to, you know, play for that retake, play for that post spawn. Hydro's gonna shoot that turret out, and Poke and Jeffy gonna find 1 each to close that round off, get the 4th round in a row over to Harrisburg University.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little bit. I mean, they pushed in together there. Harrisburg, we've seen them before, running together. You know, kind of being able to spread out, come back in, and then spread out again. So they were able to get that retake onto that bomb there. And Jeffy, we're already seeing him. He's 9-0 right now, and he already has his Viper's Pit out. I mean, it is the 4th round, so this is the time where we are going to see a little bit more ultimates come out, especially for players that have a little bit more skills than others. But I mean, he already has his thing out, and he could just use it right away at the beginning of the map and just shut down a site if he really wanted to. But SNHU, it looks like right now with the bomb not being picked up by anybody, they're gonna play default, you know, play for picks, get the utility out, and hopefully use that to their advantage to get a winning round. And Tommy is gonna get aggressive with this operator as well. We're seeing 2 operators on both of the jets here. It could get really dangerous.
Very, very big buys coming out of both teams, and for SNHU, this could be a very detrimental buy because losing that much economy, you definitely want to keep that gun. You definitely want to see some impactful frags come out of it. And we already see Ibis is, you know, dinked for quite low, so it's already starting to pay off just slightly. Nami gonna get that contact with Jeffy, not quite able to pick him up as of yet, but he's gonna hold that angle all the way down as Jeffy is able to make it safely across the site.
Yeah, SNHU playing really, really slow here. We're going to see that Viper's Pit come out from Jeffy. They're locking off all of C, which is going to be huge because we don't have that operator, but that dog is going to figure out where he is there. But he's just going to, you know, no value is going to really come off of the hijinks. Oh, it's too scary. That pick is going to come off right away, and that's their controller gone.
Oh, Nami might be walking right into high collateral. Both Nami and Hilton for a 3K. And, you know, Nami had just pulled out his Blade Storm as well, so that is a very expensive round to come out of SNHU. And it's all up to Tyzera, it's all up to Agron, and in this situation against Hijinks' off, they know that he's still holding him kind of down, so it's very, very scary for SNHU right now.
Yeah, I mean, this wall here is just going to keep him in that little cave. And, you know, Shen's going to push up. He's going to get the pick on one. But Agron being back here, Jeffy is going to be the last one remaining, and it is going to get that kill on him as well. So, unfortunately for SNHU, no one was able to save for that round there. And now they're going to be struggling a little bit. Hijinks is going to keep his operator, and we are going to see a timeout also come out from SNHU there.
Yeah, once again, you know, with timeouts, they're very, very useful. But last timeout, I did all the talking. So why don't you share us a little bit of your insight on how you think this timeout's going to go differently from the way that we saw the timeout kind of turn out after last map?
I mean, last map we saw, you know, Harrisburg. I mean, they were able to kind of, you know, push through SNHU there, especially since they were on the attack. But now that SNHU is on the attack, they can do things, you know, a little bit differently. They don't have to fully commit altogether. We've seen some strategy come out of where they've, you know, played default, play picks. But I mean, it's again only the 5th round. There's a lot more that they can do. We have seen where SNHU have done, like, you know, a bunch of fakes. They've done, you know, ult fakes. But I feel like with this Harbor pick and comp, it's so hard to go up against you know, their own Harbor plus another Viper wall plus, you know, Killjoy's, all of Killjoy's utility really, and then you have Jet on the defense with an operator that can just dash away instantly. It's so hard to kind of work your way in between that because of the abilities and the characters that you're up against. Not to mention Sky as well with the blind, that's also huge. I mean, if it's, you can't really pop flash with it as well as you could before the nerf of it, since, you know, now obviously the duration is decreased within a certain amount of time that you have it out. But even if you have it out for a long time, it's still really bad.
Hijinks might be looking towards another massive clip with that ult, but is choosing ultimately to use Fabric to just retreat away for the moment as all of SNHU stacked towards C. I just had dinner. I don't know why I'm talking about snacks.
Yeah, I mean, wait, once there's food on your mind, you can't get it off here, but...
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Hijinks gonna pull out that Blade Storm, looking for massive collateral once again. Jeffy gonna get that first pick off the Nami. Pick one up on Hilton. Jeffy gonna get a second on the Agron. Right there to get that trade off to Hijinks. Help, Frank both gonna get one, and Rano finishing that up with a nice trade off the Frank to get that 6th round in a row over to Harrisburg University.
Yeah, I believe SNHU there, they were on the eco round, so I mean, they couldn't do much, but they went out very fast here. They used that wall to block the operator shot, and then they used his higher wall, the just I don't know what it's called, but the big wave, his Harbor's E ability.
So not the Cascade, it's the High Tide.
Yeah, High Tide. They were able to use the High Tide to block off CT and Garage, and then just ultimately get their way onto C, because I mean, Jet was the only one there. And even with the eco, they were able to knock a couple people down, but I mean, when you have sheriffs, I mean, you just want to get the round over with. You're gonna run in there, get aggressive, but I mean, and now this next round here, Hijinks is getting a different angle than before here, and it could be really
we're gonna see that first pick already onto Nami. We see that Trailblazer also coming out. He's gonna try to get Hijinks, and Hijinks is ultimately forced out of his spot. Jeffy gonna take that fight with Agron, but Agron's right there to deny him. And Hijinks gonna follow that up with a beautiful upkill onto Agron, bring that back down to a 4v3. Hijinks might be looking straight into 2 other SNHU members, but Cove is going to protect them as Tyzera gonna have to try to get that spike back to the block. Tyzera able to take Hijinks out before he's able to do anything else. We see the Cascade coming out as well. The Reckoning coming out as Shen. Gonna get 2, getting traded out by Tyzera. Oh, unfortunate for Tyzera. He's unable to do much else as Rano takes him out for that 7th round in a row, heading over to Harrisburg University.
Yeah, both Harbor ultimates coming out there. I'm not sure if SNHU accidentally had a misclick or not, but the ultimate was literally like off of the map for SNHU. It was like it covered a little bit of a back sight and the box and a little bit of CT, but then the rest of the ult was like completely off the map there. So unfortunately, it did not go too well. But with their ultimate, I mean, you just have to constantly keep moving, otherwise you get stunned. So was able to reveal where Tyzera was pretty quickly and ultimately just secure that round for them.
Yeah, we're going to see that Cascade come out once again from Frank, and you know, very, very good to kind of just misdirect them slightly. Elk might be walking straight into Nami up here at Garage. but he does look like he's choosing to play it slightly carefully, you know, back off just a little bit. And SNHU is playing super aggressively all the way up to Garage, heading over to C with... It looks like Harrisburg has kind of determined their activities and have also kind of concentrated most of their manpower over to C. They have left Hijinks all the way over at A, probably just to hold that angle. Hijinks has been very successful so far. And we've got those Seekers coming out of Filter as well. They get a lot of information. They know exactly where Jackie is. Nami gonna get that first pick on Jackie before getting traded by Shen. We also hear that Viper's pit coming straight up, and we're going to hear that Climb go down strong.
Yeah, being able to get that bomb down means you already secured your place on the site, but Shen is going to kick him off by getting one pick, and Ty is going to put an end to that before he can deal any more damage onto SNHU there. But that Killjoy is going to leave Franz all messed up there, going to be able to not going to be able to move at all, and he's going to get the pick on that. And Rano going to get that shorty kill onto Agron. This is a 2v1 scenario. It's just not playing it for them. So Hijinks got the pick on that, and now I believe this is their 8th round streak going into Haven here.
Yeah, I don't believe SNHU was expecting to get forced out of the site so quickly with that lockdown coming out of Killjoy, especially after putting that Viper's pit down. You know, you definitely want to stay within the premises, so to be forced out so abruptly is definitely not a situation that you want to find yourself in. And once again, Hijinks with that off is just showing so much presence, so much dominance and aggression, and just really able to get very pivotal and informational kills that Harrisburg just needs, and it's paying off really well for them. But I'm excited to see Nami pop back onto that op. Tyzera actually leading the leaderboard, you know, with 8 kills. He's definitely getting a lot of impactful frags for SNHU. All they need is a little bit more, and I'm sure that they can make it back.
Yeah, I mean, all they really need is one round to really break their momentum here, but Harrisburg's just been doing, like you said, a really good job. And just getting a lot of these picks can be huge, and both team members right now are so close to each other. Shen is in dark form, and Agron's going to take advantage of that and get the headshot onto him.
Yeah, and having that turret still up going to be absolutely detrimental to Nami's positioning. You know, with that op, he's not going to move away, and Rano almost gets a first hand on what that op is going to feel like, but Hijinks also almost finding Agron. It's very, very lucky to make it out there alive.
Yeah, he was stuck in a little bit of a pickle there. Using his Cloud Burst to get away safely is not going to be towards that wall, you know, where he can just dash away or even just hide a little bit. He's holding it so, like, insanely close here. But SNHU is going to mainly make it over onto C there, almost a kill onto Agron there. And eventually he's going to rotate over as well, because the bomb is going to be planted. And I mean, now Harrisburg have to play retake, and they've got most of their men over onto Garage.
Yeah, we're gonna see Hijinks shipping along, rotate over as Nami gonna get that kill onto Rano, and we hear that lockdown coming down from SNHU to effectively force everyone from Harrisburg away. Oh, Jeffy, however, has to come back. Almost gets Frank, but Frank is right there to get one, getting 2 onto Elf as well. Nami finishing that up, and a beautiful flawless round heads over to SNHU. That is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, that now being able to put, you know, they got that one on the scoreboard there, gonna put a stop to that momentum that Harrisburg has. I mean, poor Jeffy there. Unfortunately for him, you know, he was able to get out, but the shots they just weren't connecting, and it's just like, if that's not the most common thing in Valorant, you know, I don't know what is there. But unfortunately, again, was not able to clutch out for that round. But SNHU did have to spend, I believe, 2 ultimates there, or at least one with that lockdown out. And now Jeffy is gonna be playing so close to here. But again, SNHU looks like they're maybe.
Nami looks away just at the wrong moment and is not quite able to catch Jeffy, as we see that cascade coming out as well, just effectively blocking his vision for just a little bit. Jeffy almost taking contact with that op once again. Oh, it sounds like
the blade storm.
we've got another ultimate coming out from Hijinks. And, you know, with Hijinks back on that op once again, it's very useful to have that Blade Storm as an option as well. Going to make contact with Shen and take him down. Going to get that trade onto Agron. He's unfortunately unable to pick up a second kill, and Nami also going to have his Blade Storm out.
Yeah, Nami with the Blade Storm, I mean, it can be a little scary, because, I mean, you know, you get your headshots and then, you know, you instantly die. But Hijinks here with that operator is also just as scary, because it is a one-shot for the body shot, and Nami's going to have in the air. in the corner, gets 2 right away, and then Taizera's able to get him and get hijinks as well. Now it's a 2v2, but Elk in backside is gonna get a pick on
30
him.
seconds
Franck
left.
left at 49 HP, has to make a move, but you know, with 2 defenders there's not a lot of space you can really move around with, and he's gonna fall right then and there, making this the 9th round, going to Harrisburg University. And I mean, it's not like you know they're in a really good spot here. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like SNHU really in a bad spot here. You know, they are able to afford, you know, another operator, full vandals again, and a bit of shield. I mean, it's not that, you know, you can't really complain with that. Now they can enter into this round without really having to worry about. And just, I mean, not about anything. You know, they're not really forcing all the way to the max, except for the Viper. But I mean, like, you know, you have some creds to work around with.
Definitely, SNHU definitely going to want to try to pick this round up here. The 8th round disparity is definitely not a situation that you want to get caught in. We see but it is going to be stopped almost immediately as Ronald's going to fire through that cascade and really behind him. We see the Secrets coming out and helping to find a second. Once to get through the smoke, Ronald finding his second as well. Onto Franck, gets down to a 5v3. Definitely finds 1-2. Agron right there to get that trade onto hijinks. And it's all up to Agron, unfortunately, who gets taken out by Shed for a 10th round heading over to Harrisburg University.
I don't know what Elk was doing there, but that spray right through the 2 smokes, by the way. 2. Just being able to get that
pick. Buff as well as the cascade.
Yeah, I mean that's two different things to shoot from right there, and he was just going. I think he was just going one direction either. He wasn't strafing or anything.
Nope.
He was just shooting and letting his bullets fly, and you know, one of them hit. So a very lucky kill coming out from them here. But SNHU again, like I said before, they weren't in a terrible spot, but they definitely you know, this round is gonna be huge if they don't get this now, because not only is this super close to a match point, they're left on really they're not on the best guns right now, and Shen is just gonna take Agron apart, now making it a 4v5, which is only gonna make it harder for SNHU to win this round.
We also have the Viper's Pit popped immediately over at C site from Harrisburg University, so they're definitely not behind that. Hijinks getting taken out from the back. My Taizera, he definitely did not see that coming.
Yeah, I mean, he was really pushing up there. You know, when you're super close to winning the game, I mean, you want to get there, and Rano is just spraying through that smoke there with Shen, and Hilton is going to get shot a couple times, and he's not going to peek anymore now. Left on 6 HP to run away, but Shen is going to get knocked, and Hilton eventually here. Taizera, being the only one remaining with a Bulldog, is going to fall to Elk right there. And I mean, they only had to lose 1 member there for Harrisburg. Yeah, and you know, that was last. Oh, sorry, that was not last round. I thought there was one more round before swap.
This is the swap round,
yeah.
And this is not a situation that SNHU wants to get caught in, because if Harrisburg wins pistol, I do believe it's game over, because, you know, once you win pistol, you're able to go into your heavier buy. So SNHU is going to want to deny them those first 2 rounds, and then possibly even the bonus to even have a fighting chance to stay in this.
Yeah, this again, like last round, or sorry, last game. This one round here, when you're so close onto the scoreboard, it matters so much. But SNHU is not going to play their normal defense here and have 1 person on or each on every site, and Franck just gonna block window off right away. They don't want anything to worry about as most of Harrisburg starts to make their way over onto B site.
Got a lot of utility coming out from both teams. Gonna pick up that first, gonna pick up the second on the Taizera, both using their utility, you know, one with the nanoswarm, one with the snake bite. Gonna get 1 each. Jeffy gonna find that pick onto Hilton. It's down to a 3v2. And, you know, Taizera's ping's really low, but Agron and Taizera, they're both still looking for blood. They might be trying to come up onto Jeffy, who is stuck up at a beautiful pick onto Rano.
Yeah, Jeffy just hiding up there in heaven. It's a little scary. I don't know if they know that he's up there or not, but it's gonna be a little bit hard to push on to site there. Elk is also gonna be at a pretty high HP. Taizera is the only one left super low here, so it's gonna be hard to push in. Jeffy in heaven.
Oh, really nice kill coming out of Agron for a 3rd shot on Jeffy right there. to get that last pick onto Elk. That is what SNHU needed. A beautiful pistol round coming out of them.
Yeah, they needed to win that pistol round there, and that's what they got. I mean, Jeffy up in heaven, that was a little scary. I thought Jeffy, I think Jeffy looked back at the wrong minute.
He looked away at just the right moment.
Yeah.
And we saw Agron really capitalize on that, pick up that third kill, and drive that round all the way home for SNHU.
Yeah, now SNHU, we're already seeing it right now. They're ecstatic. They're excited. We're already gonna see the best guns in the game. 2 Bulldogs come out here.
Not one, but two.
2 Bulldogs and a judge from Tizera as well. I mean, judges, they're hilarious. They're the best kills you want to get from.
I think the judge play coming out of Tizera is going to make or break this round. But we're going to see this pretty fast. They're going to find one straight through the cascade onto Hijinks, and that is going to be a very nice kill for SNHU. We're also going to see Elk caught in that snake bite and pushed all the way down C long.
Yeah, I mean, when you get that first pick of the starting round, you know, you're already in a bit of advantage in terms of numbers here. However, he's getting so close to Toronto's head. They're almost able to get that kill. But as they slowly start making their way, I mean,
Agron and Shen gonna get into this altercation. Shen able to make it away with his life for now. As Agron still out looking for him, gonna make contact with Elk, but doesn't know where to look at again. Looks like but still able to pick Shen up as he's unable to find his right click landing. Frank also gonna pick that kill up onto Elk, and it's down to a 5v2 situation with the spike being held by SNHU.
Yeah, Jeffy is going to get that pick on Hilton, though, and now they have a good understanding on where the defenders are going, but Tizera is just going to walk into Toronto, and Toronto's going to pick up that judge. I mean, that judge is... It's going to be okay. Nami's going to get a nice, crisp headshot right on Toronto there, and Jeffy having the Bulldogs is a little scary here because not only is the best weapon in the game, it can do a lot of bursting really fast, but the headshot by itself is not enough to take out Nami there. And Frank gonna get that pick, making it. But that was their buy round.
Yep.
And now they're they're leading this game with 2 with the switch, and I mean they're in the bonus. I mean they can afford to lose 1, but I mean like you don't really want.
You really don't want to lose 1 round, especially if you lose your bonus round. You know that you're not going to have enough creds to buy next round. So it definitely is not a situation that SNHU wants to be caught in. You know, once again, you only have 1 round to play around with. I can't even say 2 at this point, because if it was 2, you get what I mean.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be a little bit different.
Exactly. So you've got 1 round to play around with. You really don't want to let them get a match point. First contact, unfortunately, unable to get away from Murano as he dashes into them.
Yeah, I think there's a misclick there. Hilton with the judge. Yes, a judge kill we finally see here is gonna get 1, even things out. Jinx is gonna fly right into his bullet as he starts to kind of get out here.
Unfortunately, Shen's going to take Hilton out before he does too much more damage with that Guardian. They know how dangerous he is. And it looks like Frank holding his position here in Cove might actually be able to find 2 if they look out at the right moment. And down to a 3v3, both teams are still in pretty even standing, you know, pretty even footing right now. Tizera might be looking right into Rano if he plays his cards really carefully and he looks. Check your corners, ladies and gentlemen.
What? I thought he shot 2 bullets there. I believe that was with that with the Phantom or the Bulldog?
I'm not too sure. I think it was
standing.
Gonna pick Shen up. Rano with his 3rd kill, getting that trade onto Frank to bring that down to a 1v2. It's looking pretty good for Harrisburg University as Agron is going to be the one left on SNHU, and we see a super fast rotate getting facilitated by Harrisburg University.
Yeah, rotating all the way around here. However, Agron was there for the play. He's going to get a lot of damage left on super low HP now. Agron is going to have most of his abilities here. His smoke, his snake bite, and they're going to be left on super low HP. They have to work around. He's going to get that wall bang there.
Nice.
And now he has to just worry about finding Elk, who's already getting...
Yeah, with that poison cloud kind of out, and you know, the snake bite unfortunately not landing where he wanted it to land. He's still at really high HP, so he is in a very big advantage, and Elk just gonna look away from him for a moment. And it looks like Agron is going to pick up that 4th round in a row for SNHU, and it is exactly where they want to be right now. They are actively denying every single round back to Harrisburg University, and we can just hear everyone going crazy at the arena.
The arena is ecstatic right now. You know, everybody's super hyped for SNHU there. Agron getting that clutch is big because not only did they win their bonus round, you know, like Harrisburg does not have enough money to afford losing another one.
Yep.
So winning 2 in a row here can be super huge for SNHU, especially if they really, really want this win. And Tyzera, though, he's still sticking out with the judge. He's not gonna. He's not gonna change
his first judge.
That's
kill,
true.
so
That's true.
This is his redemption arc.
Yeah.
And I am all for it. I am excited to see this come out. Nami is going to come out with that off once again. He might be looking straight towards it. Hilton with a beautiful shot through the cascade. Going to find Shen for his first pick. That's actually his second through the cascade shot that he's finding for his team. So definitely feeling a little lucky tonight.
Yeah, I mean that was insane. I mean that was like right on it too. So I mean a really lucky shot coming out from him. Hilton is able to get some information on where Hijinks is, but he doesn't have the operator this time. He has the Vandals. He can work with some distance and not just long. He can get some a little bit of close range fights too. But Harrisburg right now, they're again. They used to be kind of a I say used to be, but like they were more aggressive in the beginning of rounds, and now they're kind of playing really slow because SNHU is able to just hold they're able to just hold angles, to hold the defenses, and able to get these picks. They have to reconsider their whole entire plan because now it's like do we have enough people to push in? If we lose a couple people, is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? And Tyzera is gonna not get his kill with the judge there and fall to Ronald. He's gonna get 2 right off the bat.
Unfortunately, gets caught out with his utility in his hand. Is unable to get a third. But Nami might be in a very good spot to find Hijinks over here if he just moves up a little bit. Right there to go 1, get 2 actually on both Nami and Franck. And it's all up to Hilton in this 1v2 situation. With that lockdown coming down as well, it's Hijinks and Rano versus Hilton. They've got the spike down. They've got the lockdown down as well. So Hilton's definitely sitting duck slightly, but I believe that he still has enough utility. Difference unfortunately goes down to Hijinks for his 3rd kill, but they very nearly lined up.
Almost a collateral.
That was so close. That was so. I really wish they lined up.
Yeah,
I feel like
playing
that'd be so satisfying.
Yeah, they played high-low there. So I mean, you see that pretty often on maps like Split and stuff. I did not expect it to see on Haven, but they were able to get that. And now it's game point. Unfortunately for SNHU, they did buy up a pretty hefty that round. Their Hero Vandal is going to be in the hands of Hilton, but we're going to see everybody with mainly Sheriffs and Agron with a judge. I thought it was going to be Tyzera, but no. He's been banned. he doesn't get down with the judge. But they got to work with what they got here and play super carefully and slowly.
Oh, Nami is going to be forced out from Garage almost instantly, almost taking that first shot. And we see that Blade Storm already popped from Hijinks, so definitely looking for some very high impact kills. He's got a lot of health coming out, yep, and almost immediately coming out. Hijinks going to find that first pick onto Agron as the Viper's been unable to make its way fully out. Rano going to find Nami as well for his 2nd pick. And Elk gonna get that spike down under the cover of the hole. This 5v3 situation, SNH is going to have to play it very carefully.
Yeah, they gotta play this game right here. They are able to split off site completely, but Hijinks with a Big Storm is too powerful. You can't cut that. He's able to cut off 2 heads of SNHU, and Shen is gonna take that final kill and taking the game for Harrisburg.
What an unfortunate second game for SNHU, but to Harrisburg, congratulations on a beautiful series tonight. We're seeing a 2-0, 13-6, and then 13-4 game, and there was so many through the smoke plays that I'm starting to think I should go and spam through the smoke just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the new meta. Want to do that. Buy an Odin and just spam through smoke.
Yeah,
that's what you want to do.
It's like the judge meta is over. It's time to just
spray and pray.
Just spray and pray, exactly.
But it's different from run and gun. Don't get it mixed up.
But what an incredible game to come out of tonight. Both teams had an incredibly strong showing. SNHU won that absolutely incredible comeback during the second half of that last game. Unfortunately, they were unable to bring it all the way through, but what an incredible showing from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, make sure you follow us on all of our socials. Make sure you obviously follow us on Twitch. Turn those notifications on so you never ever miss a live stream.
You don't want to miss a stream.
Ever.
We're gonna be right back here tomorrow, and then on Wednesday,
and then on Thursday, and then on Friday.
But if you only like Valorant, we're gonna be here on Monday once again. So why would you want to miss that? You don't. So make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. We have Smash Bros playing
tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. There we go. Tomorrow night, and I mean, I'm a sucker for Smash. I'm not very good at it. That's why I'm a sucker. But definitely not something you want to miss. We will be right back here tomorrow. We will be right back here with Valorant next week. So we'll see you guys really soon. Have a wonderful night, guys.
For this flank, but I'm not sure if they really notice it because the swarm grenades as well is just gonna stall the time here. Getting extremely close to Fortune, and Na'Vi isn't really that
At this point, because if it was 2, you get what I mean.
yeah,
right?
it'd be a little bit different.
Exactly. So you've got 1 round to play around with. You really don't want to let them get a match point. This contact, unfortunately, unable to get.
Somewhat soon here as they start to push out.
You've got a lot of utility. Gonna get first contact by Titanic.
Yeah, Harrisburg is doing extremely well within this first half here, and then Hygiene is doing great. Nicholas as well, entering in, moving fast, that cover as well as just, there's a trade from both.
The snake bite, unfortunately, not landing where he wanted it to land. He's still at really high HP, so he is in a very big advantage. And Elk just gonna look away from him for a moment. And it looks like
When you have sheriffs, I mean, you just want to get the round over with. You're going to run in there, get aggressive. But, I mean, and now this next round here, Hijinx is getting a different angle than before here. And it could be really easy. And SNHU is actually going to be pushing up way more than they normally would here. Because, I mean, they probably, if anything, they'd want to get a couple picks. And then maybe